Today we're going to be talking about what the best agency is to start in 2023. And I think a lot of people think that it's Facebook ads, Google ads, or some sort of short form content agency or something like that. But hate to break it to you guys, it's not. It's actually opening up a Twitter ghostwriting agency. Now, I know a lot of people that are crushing it with Google ads and Facebook ads, but they started that agency probably 2 years ago. Starting from complete scratch, one of those agencies are going to be much harder to break into compared to a Twitter ghostwriting agency. Now, if you are not active or present on Twitter, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but Twitter ghostwriting agency is something that you could start out today and have no problems landing 2, 3, 4 clients in your first month because the competition is much lower than some of these other agencies. Unless you live under a rock, you probably know by now that Elon Musk has purchased Twitter, and Twitter is really making a big resurgence and really gaining a ton of traction. It's pretty crazy to see how many people are jumping on Twitter these days. Especially if you're starting out an agency completely from scratch, you want to be jumping on a wave that is building, not shrinking. There's not a better time to jump on the Twitter wave and really double down on an agency that is going to be growing for not 2-3 months, but we're shooting for 2 to 3 to as long as you possibly can, right? Personally, I was sleeping on Twitter for a very long time. I had Twitter probably in 2014 through like 2016, maybe I was using it, but I was not using it for business whatsoever. I just started using it for business a couple of months ago, and the connections and the caliber of people on Twitter alone is absolutely mind-boggling. First things first is you need to take the time for yourself to actually jump on Twitter and understand kind of the money Twitter environment and space. Obviously, go follow your boy at MVX London on Twitter if you haven't already, but you definitely want to understand the medium, whether that be YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, whatever it is, before you obviously launch your own agency on the space, right? What exactly is a ghostwriting Twitter agency look like? What even is that, right? So a ghostwriter basically looks at someone's persona. Like for myself, for example, they look at my account. I'm busy building up a SaaS company right now. I don't have time all day to schedule my tweets and build a following, but you and I both know that building a following is extremely crucial. So what do they look for? They look for a ghostwriter to basically lay the foundation for them, write out some tweets that they think would be a good fit and in that person's voice, and then the creator, whoever, will look over it and then either post them or schedule them after that. So you basically need to find successful people that are running businesses or people that are extremely busy on Twitter and say, hey, I want to ghostwrite for you. I will take over your Twitter content and outreach and book you guys meetings. So your job as a ghostwriter is to kind of lead into that pain point and say, you do not want a naked calendar, because no book meetings means, no deals are getting closed. So for you, when you're pitching agency owners, you can say, look, I will run all of your Twitter. I'll do your inbound, your outbound funnels, and I will book you meetings, and you don't pay me. Let me be clear. You do not pay me unless I'm booking meetings on your calendar. Very key in your offer. So your job is to find someone busy like an entrepreneur, book the meetings on their calendar, and then only charge them per meeting you book. So you're going purely off of results. So now you might be kind of understanding the landscape and you're like, okay, Max, I understand. I find someone, I kind of take over their Twitter account, build their Twitter account, get good traction and engagement there, and make them money by booking the meetings, and then I get paid. But how much am I going to get paid for this, and how do I even do this? What I recommend is when you approach someone and you say, look, I'll start booking meetings on your calendar. I will only charge $50 per meeting on your calendar. Start low just so you can get in the door and start landing a couple clients, and then over time you can raise those meeting booked prices, the pay per meeting, to $150 to $200 to sometimes even $300, depending on what service they are selling and how much they would make if they were to close a meeting. So again, your offer to these busy people, these entrepreneurs, these business owners, I will build up your entire Twitter account. I will take over your Twitter account, book you meetings, and then you do not pay me unless I get results. That's your offer. It's going to seem a lot less risk to the business owner, and for you, you have a ton of upside, because if you can just crank out meetings on this person's calendar, you can be rolling in some dough. All right, so hopefully you guys get the gist now of what a Twitter agency looks like, right? So now you kind of understand the big business principles. It's like, all right, Max, now how do I actually do this? Like if I'm starting tomorrow, you signed me as a client, I need you to ghostwrite for me. How are you going to do this? So the first thing is the inbound funnel, which is actually finding content, building content, creating content, scheduling content on these people's pages. And I highly recommend using the tool Tweet Hunter. This video is not sponsored. I love the founders and owners of Tweet Hunter. I personally use Tweet Hunter for myself, but basically you are going to be scheduling tweets, finding content, inspiration for this content. Think that like you are that person in their voice. And then basically what I recommend, this is the Krabby Patty secret formula when it comes to the inbound funnels of ghostwriting. What I recommend is you tweet 5 times per day. Like these are like the short form tweets, right? So 5 tweets per day, 2 to 3 threads a week. So these are posts that are basically you commenting kind of down a thread. So you start off with kind of a hook idea and then you make multiple different tweets below that. If you use Twitter, you know what a thread is, but if you don't, you'll see some when you log on. And then the last one is actually something called a DM post. So a DM post is, let's say you were ghostwriting for someone and they have an agency for email marketing per se. Basically what a DM post is, you say, hey guys, here's how I've made $10,000 in the last month. Like, comment, or retweet this, whatever the tweet is, the DM post, and I will send you a PDF, a video of how they made the $10,000. Hopefully that makes sense. So basically you're giving away a free guide on Twitter for in exchange of a retweet, a comment, or a like. The reasoning for doing this is if you do post a auto DM post or a DM post, whatever you want to call it, is when you post that, people are going to comment, you know, whatever, let's say the comment send is the word that you say. You say send, then someone that follows them sees the DM post and they click send. So it's like wildfire. But the DM posts are phenomenal for gaining traction, and it's a really good way to get eyeballs to your page and more people to following you. So again, the strategy is 5 tweets a day, 2 to 3 threads a week, and then 2 DM posts a month. That is what I've been doing. That's how I scaled from literally 400 followers to 6,500 in a little over 3 months. So it definitely works. You again are going to be applying that inbound strategy to whatever, you know, client that you have. Hopefully from all those posts and that strategy that I just gave you, you'll start getting some inbound leads where they'll come to your page, and then you'll have a Calendly link that you have control over too, so you can see if people are booking meetings or not. But there'll be a Calendly link in the bio right there, and people will see your content, they trust your client's content, the person you're ghostwriting for, then they book on that calendar, boom, you just got paid for that booking. So $50 if you're starting out, maybe $150, maybe $200, whatever you negotiate. But every single time people are coming inbound from a content, from a DM post, from a thread, they book on the calendar, you will get paid for that. That's an inbound funnel. All right guys, so I think you understand the inbound funnel using Tweet Hunter, scheduling your posts there, tracking the analytics. You got that strategy down. That's one half of the battle. The second half of the battle, especially when you're first starting out, is your outbound marketing, because obviously an inbound funnel is amazing, but the problem is you don't start out with, you know, 1 million followers that are coming to you, booking meetings and wanting your services, right? Or your client services. The outbound funnel is you're going to be railing DMs, cold DMs, to people that you think would be interested in your client's service. The good news is, guys, you can use my SaaS Contact Bird to basically automate that entire process. So finding leads, pulling leads, or even uploading your own leads to Contact Bird is going to make your life so much easier. Then on top of that, once you have a lead list that you want to hit, you can just start a campaign in a sequence and it will just start firing off cold DMs to these people. What's gonna happen is these people are gonna receive your cold DMs. Then once they receive your cold DMs, they're gonna go to your client's profile, look on the profile and say, am I interested in this? If they are interested in it, they might hit your client with a follow, or even better, they might book on the calendar. And truth be told, guys, there's a good chance that you can book a handful of meetings through the DMs. So if you just are, you know, putting out a ton of DMs, getting a lot of eyeballs to the account, you might have a conversation with someone and then just boom, book a meeting with them right there. That's another way where you can start booking meetings outbound paired with the inbound, and then now you're just stacking meetings every single month. So just to recap, guys, we have the inbound funnel over here using Tweet Hunter, the posting, the content, the scheduling of the posts. Boom, that's right there. That's gonna help you book some meetings. And then the other side is just a numbers game of sales and cold outreach using Contact Bird to just fire out DMs to people to get their attention. The combination of both of those two things are gonna build an account and also help book you meetings for your client so you can get paid. Also, the $50 per meeting is just an example where it's gonna be low risk to the person you're pitching, where it's like, hey, if I don't book you meetings, you don't pay me, but you might be able to negotiate a deal that's much better than that. Again, maybe upcharging the meetings, maybe $150, $200 per meeting, and then you're booking 10 meetings a month for these people. It's $2,000 right there. You know, that doesn't hurt. Maybe get 5 clients, numbers game, we're going up, right? Or you might do a rev share or a percentage of what people close. So if you're helping your client close deals and they're selling a $5,000 service and you're getting, you know, 20, 30% of that, then that's also a way to give, you know, less risk to the business owner where it's like, hey, you don't pay me unless you actually close a deal. I don't recommend that personally unless they're selling like a $50,000, $100,000 service, because at the end of the day, you could be booking the meetings and they could just suck at closing. So again, I recommend just going going off of the meetings booked. It's the easiest way to do it. But again, there will be other ways to structure it. You might even go off of how many followers you bring them in or how many impressions you bring them in. It doesn't really matter. Just whatever the client wants. And maybe you can start off with the book per meetings and then 3 months after that, renegotiate the contract. But the overarching idea here, guys, is you're picking an agency that a lot of people are not doing, or a lot of people honestly don't know about. And then if you're good at it, if you're good at writing content for these people and, you know, scheduling content, having posts every single day for these people, then you're gonna crush it for them. You're gonna get a lot more clients a lot easier. And if you can just double down on this for at least 3 months, you'll be able to land a couple of clients. Again, 10, 20, 30 meetings a month is not unheard of. We booked 82 meetings last month using Contact Bird alone. So if you can do this for your client, you can make a ton of money, especially if you start adding clients. Not to mention this too, if you're just sitting there like, yeah, that sounds great in theory, but I have no idea what to do, start a ghostwriting agency on Twitter and then apply the same principles that you would be applying for a client right now. So you start a Twitter page today, you start scheduling content, start scheduling tweets with, you know, Tweet Hunter, and then you also get Contact Bird for the outbound for yourself just to land people. Then as soon as you can land and book meetings for yourself, you can do the same thing for clients too. And that right there, my friends, is your proof of concept. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is enough for this video. I've went in complete depth of how a Twitter ghostwriting agency works, both the inbound and the outbound funnels. Now it really comes down to you actually applying this. This is a great agency a lot of people just do not know of, so you should go and jump on it right now. A lot lower competition, especially if you're good at writing and copywriting. Oh my gosh, you're gonna have an absolute field day. But guys, hopefully that gives you some roadmap or at least a blueprint for you to jump on this in 2023. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go jump on Contact Bird if you want to up your outbound today on Twitter. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.